sides to me like I'm a Gemini, but I'm no Gemini, I gotta tell myself that I'ma be alright, just wanna feel alright, I'm feeling good when I'm counting the money I need it in blue, whoa. I cannot save a whole baby girl, tell me that I'm no hero.
The most awkward moments in Joe Rogan history. This might be good.
Joe Rogan are certainly a rare sighting, but they do still happen occasionally. So let's begin by looking at the Joe Rogan Experience number 958, when the conversation between Joe and Jordan Peterson became so deep that the two completely forgot what they were talking about in the first place.
You can say, well, yeah, I've got all these flaws, but look at what I'm trying to do.
Right.
That's the real ground of self-respect. Well, I'm off the track with the question. Ground of self-respect. I can't remember what you asked me. So, we'll have to go to a different topic.
What? How did we get on this? We were.
You asked about the evolutionary basis of in-group.
That was a long time ago.
I know, it's a rabbit hole that just doesn't disappear.
But where were we just now? Remember where we were just now?
No, sorry. I'm distracted by something else that's happening right now. I'll let you know.
What is it?
Comey just got fired by Trump a little bit ago.
Oh.
And Twitter is ablaze about what's going on right now.
This is a little off topic, but I mean, you want to talk about a figure?
Oh, I know. We were talking about men.
Yes.
We were talking about men and what motivates them.
As you can see, the conversation did eventually get back on track, and the podcast finished with no further hiccups. However, this wasn't the only time on an episode where Joe didn't know what else to say. Take, for example, the Joe Rogan Experience number 1726 with Chuck Palahniuk.
Who is this guy? He looks familiar. Where is this guy from?
Which as a whole was an awesome podcast, except for certain parts in the beginning. Now it seemed like the biggest problem was that the two were discussing a topic which didn't have much substance, and as a result, Joe would say things which received no response at all.
There was little 3-foot tall furry people that were living on an island in Flores. It's wild.
While it felt as though the two were saying anything.
Yo, he's just looking at him like... like his no... Yeah. Yeah, this man had no idea what to talk about, so he just went on about fucking birds.
They don't live very long. They get eaten by other birds.
Perhaps Joe and Chuck were simply being highly introspective during their conversation about birds. But what happens when a guest brings up a serious topic while Joe sits there laughing? This is what happened during the Joe Rogan Experience number 1532 with Mike Tyson, which got a bit awkward after Joe interpreted one of Mike's serious videos as somewhat of a joke.
I did that video and I was in bed for a week.
Yo, sometimes people like will do things and it's like some people will think it's a joke or it'll come off as funny to some people, but like that's just like how some people do things, you know? Like everybody's different, you know?
That was 30 seconds and I was in bed for a week. And it's not funny because it made me realize that you was
There
out.
it is right there.
Yeah, that wasn't really cool.
After Mike ended this first interaction by stating that wasn't really cool, another period of awkward conflict occurred.
What does it mean when fighting gets you erect? What does that mean?
It's a good question.
It's orgasmic sometimes. Yeah.
Means you're getting excited.
Yeah.
But saying that it gets you orgasmic, that's a strange thing to say.
Well, that's just what I want. I wanted to find out because you're really bright. And I thought you would figure it. No, I'm being very serious.
No, I know. I know you're being serious, but I mean, no one will understand that other than you.
Which eventually resulted in even more uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, when you say it like that, it just doesn't sound like serious. Or it sounds like you either take it like as a joke or you either take it literal, which is a little weird. That's how it's gonna come off.
Silence.
Alexander the Great was 32 and he conquered the known world.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
And So thinking about that as a young man.
Absolutely.
However, this wasn't the only time that inviting a fighter onto the podcast ended with an extremely awkward moment, as during the
was
Joe
kinda
Rogan
awkward.
Experience number 607, the audience had to witness this.
It was a really tough fight for me too. You know, it was a really bad camp. It was probably the worst camp of my career. My dad had passed away like 3 weeks before the fight, and like 2 or 3 days after that,
Why does that look so shitty, Jamie?
my cousin passed away. So it was,
Like, pull it back. Is it our computer that's doing that? It's a YouTube video. Is it really that bad? What do we got to do to fix that?
Focusing on a YouTube video's quality instead of the comments made by your guest about the passing of their father definitely makes for some uncomfortable viewing. However, it's not like this was the only time where things got awkward because Joe wasn't paying attention.
If I get fired here, whatever, I'll just go do Joe Rogan next week and I'll be fine. Anyway, I thought that was funny. No?
What?
I was like, I
Is that what
literally
you thought?
I literally thought that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny.
Well, it could have been funny.
Yeah.
I was booked up, though.
No, it's fine. It was just funny to truly.
Because I remember somebody contacted me, like, to have you on. And I was like, I don't have any room. Like, for a
Yeah.
long, I could do, like, an emergency podcast, but I'm like, let me let this dude ride this out.
Yeah.
And then we'll do one eventually.
Truly glad that did not happen. Because
not-
I would have come in emotional. I would
Yeah.
have come in like,
Guns
what happened to me
blazing.
isn't fair. You
Right.
know? And I never felt that way. Like the whole time I was like, I kind of get it.
Accidentally inviting yourself onto the podcast is clearly a pretty good way to make Joe uncomfortable. But if you want to make things really weird, then all you need to do is give Joe a couple of compliments, as was shown in the Joe Rogan Experience number 1518 with David Cho. Now, don't get me wrong, this episode is a contender for the best Joe Rogan podcast ever created, and part of the reason for this was that Dave kept giving Joe these uncomfortably wholesome compliments.
What is your threshold with receiving compliments?
My threshold?
Yeah, what's your comfort level? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know.
Can I
Gotta
give
get
you?
weird.
Can I give you?
Okay.
5?
Sure.
Well, first of all, like, it's weird just asking, like, if you can give another man a compliment. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't just be like, "Can I compliment you?" That's kind of like already like unsettling.
Okay. You only look better as you get older.
Oh, thank you.
You have a beautifully shaped skull. Like, as an artist, as a sculptor, like I painted you.
Yes.
I don't like the painting anymore. I think I can do a better one now.
It's
but
awesome. It's an awesome painting.
all artists and sculptors out there listening, paint this guy's skull. It's beautiful. You're unbelievably curious, inspirational. You give me hope. You're funny. You're entertaining. And you're a leader. You're a perfectly imperfect, unrepeatable miracle of the universe.
Wow, that's heavy.
You're great, man.
Well, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. That's very nice of you.
Before Joe would put the awkwardness back on Dave in a fairly wholesome way.
Some people can't be themselves. They're not good at it. You're really good at being David Cho.
Thank you.
You're really good at it.
I'm horrible at taking compliments, by the way. So thank you.
It's uncomfortable for everybody, I think, unless you're a real creep.
You did it great right now. That was good. Could I have done more? Could I have given you like?
We're good.
However, this wasn't the only time on the Joe Rogan Experience where too much praise put an instant stop to the conversation.
But I
Congrats,
also-
by the way, on Spotify.
Oh, thank you. I know, crazy, right?
So well deserved, man.
Thank you.
God
Very nice of
damn.
you.
Sorry, I didn't want to forget.
No worries.
I didn't want to forget.
Yeah, dude, I've been ultra paying attention to my health.
Then there was the Joe Rogan Experience number 1572, which became awkward after Joe accidentally gave himself a few too many compliments.
How are you so good at rock, paper, scissors?
It's just, skill, muscle, intuition.
Intuition. Can we play right now?
You want to play?
Yes.
Oh, but I only play for stakes.
Okay. What do you want to play for?
If I win, I do the programming on your show for a week.
No, that's worth a lot of money.
What kind of money? What do you think I'm
That's
not?
like-
I'm not saying like the ads or whatever. I'm
You'd
saying
be like
the-
programming, like who's going to be on?
Yeah, who's gonna be on?
That's not possible. We're booked up months and months in advance.
You were so
and-
confident until just now. We
No,
can
no,
pick
no.
a month,
that's
few
just-
months
that's,
off. Whatever.
That's ridiculous to flip a coin on that. There's no chance.
Do you think that there's something of equivalent value?
No.
There's
Of
nothing.
that?
Nothing that I can
No,
do.
there's nothing that you could give me that would be worth a week of programming on the show. What are you going to give me? You'd have to give me a spectacular amount of money. How about $5?
No.
No?
No, it's gotta be.
Come on,
steaks.
man.
It's gotta be
20
real
bucks?
steaks.
20 bucks. I got 20 bucks in my pocket.
Money is off the table. We can't do
Money's
money.
off the
Yeah,
table?
Forget that.
All right. Sounds like someone's scared to lose at rock, paper, scissors.
It sounds like someone else is scared to lose it.
No, you're asking me for something that's ridiculous. You don't have anything. You don't have anything that's worth a week of programming on this show. You don't.
Damn. He's really talking down on this, man. He says you got nothing, my boy.
Have it.
That's rough.
It doesn't exist.
That's rough.
No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't exist. Like there's not. Like you don't. There's nothing that you can have that you could offer me that I couldn't buy myself.
I'll make
or,
you. I'll make. I'll.
No, no,
I
no.
think it'll be interesting.
No,
You'll
no,
enjoy
no.
talking with them.
You can't. No.
All right, fine. Okay.
But that doesn't
We don't
do
have to
anything
play.
for me.
However, if you really want to make the podcast awkward, then you're going to have to touch on politics, which is what happened during the Joe Rogan Experience number 1882, when a fairly innocent comment.
I do not like politics when it comes to like the channel and stuff, but
about a political candidate escalated into a very unpleasant exchange.
We look for someone who makes us feel good, and they just decide this is how I'm voting. You know, like that's. I mean, that was a lot of people's perspectives on Hillary Clinton. I talked to a lot
I'm
of
pretty
people
sure
that hated.
everyone loved her. I'm pretty sure she
the
won.
most loved.
I liked Elizabeth Warren. She's
Why?
cool. I just like same. I liked her. I like her
con artist.
tenacity. Yeah, but okay, who isn't?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Okay,
I don't
but
think
did you
he's a
vote for
con
Bernie?
artist. He wasn't available to vote for.
Did
I
you
would've.
vote in the?
I didn't vote for in the primary.
In the primaries, right?
Yeah.
I did.
But I had him on my podcast, and he was very sincere.
Okay, cool. I've
I
had my
think-
mom on my podcast. You want to flex? I'm just saying.
I think he's very sincere.
Joe and Eliza were able to hash out their disagreement in a relatively mature way. However, what happens when Joe accidentally touches on a topic that the guest specifically asked him not to talk about? This is what happened during the Joe Rogan Experience number 1035 with Paul Stamats, which hit a bit of a bump after Joe asked about the negative side effects of mushrooms.
What are the negative benefit or the negative effects of this?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his situation is, so I'm not even gonna speak on that last clip. But there were some awkward moments in here. Joe Rogan is quite the character, so I would imagine there's a lot of clips that you can get from his podcast. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.